When my mother passed away in 98, I received grief counseling. And the question that the counselor asked me at the tender age of 23 was, do you love yourself? And I answered quickly, yes. And she asked me then, how? I looked a little puzzled and confused, and she smiled at me and she stated, you know what, you may need to explore that. Well, in my journey trying to get the healing that I need, I found out that loving yourself was not about being full of yourself, being prideful, boastful, taking myself shopping, getting my nails done, getting my hair done, makeup. It wasn't spending time with family or friends or going to the movies or even trips around the world. In my healing journey, God helped me understand that love is an action word that goes within so it can be without. And there are things that I should be doing actively for myself to ensure that I am mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, that my spiritual cup is always full. Now, it's hard to determine whether or not you love yourself because a lot of us are unclear about what that actually looks like, especially when you don't even like yourself. And I was one of those people who didn't like myself, okay? So here was 5 questions that I ran into in my journey that I had to critically think about and explore and deep dive and search so that I could get the necessary healing that I need and truly love myself. I hope they resonate with you. Number 1, do you forgive yourself? Many times we can let go of everyone else's mistakes, but we rarely let go of our own because we don't like the fact that we allow people to hurt us, and so we don't forgive ourselves for that. Number 2, are you kind to yourself in your mind? See, we can always give the people around us kind words, encouragement, support, but in our mind, we are thinking negative. We are thinking thoughts that are beating ourselves up. We are judging ourselves so harshly about what we're supposed to be doing, what we need to be doing. And then we doing that thing we ain't got no business doing. And then we make up a story in our mind to make it okay to be negative when it's really not. And then we feel like, you know what? Oh, well, we'll try again tomorrow. But yet the cycle keeps going on and on and on. And by the end of the day, you mentally, emotionally, and physically exhausted because you've been beating yourself up in your head. You just exhausted. You got to be kind to yourself in your mind. Are you healed from the past childhood trauma, your adult trauma, your emotional pain, relational conflict? Have we dealt with those issues? We are here in our 30s, our 40s, and our 50s, and some of us are still holding on to what happened to us when we were children, teenagers, even young adults, holding on to the pain of never receiving unconditional love or never receiving emotional support, and they wasn't there for me when I needed help, so I ain't gonna be there. And we still blaming these people to this day. Maybe some healing needs to happen. Have you identified and unlearned bad behaviors? One of my bad behaviors that I had to unlearn was I used to match energy. So if someone was upset with me, angry with me, and they wanted to argue and be disrespectful, my old self would knock if you buck. I had to learn that just because they're disrespecting me doesn't mean I have to disrespect them back. They're giving me disrespect because that's all they have for themselves. If I learn to respect myself, then I can only give you what I have. I had to learn to regulate my anger so that I am not displaying bad behavior every time I get upset. Number 5, and the last one, are you walking in purpose? Meaning, do you know who you are? Because your identity is not tied to what you do for a living. It's not tied to your entrepreneurship. You're a mother, a father, a sister, or a brother. It is tied to how you are impacting lives around you for the better. Loving you means you are able to look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly parts of you, change what you can so you can truly understand your life's path and purpose. You can let go when you need to. You can be kind to yourself in your mind so it can reflect in your life. You are no longer triggered by your past, but yet you're open to new opportunities. And those new opportunities then give way for you to practice your healed, learned behavior, and walk in purpose.